Honestly, I wasn't really a fan of Errol Spence. Never was, never will be.
No, fair enough.
I'm more David Benavidez style.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that I guess that Mexican style.
Is that what you're gonna unleash on Sunday?
It's always deep within me. You know, like I grew up watching the Marquezes, the Barreras, Pacquiao, of course. Julio Chavez, Trinidad's, you know, like that's the boxing style that I aspire to be. You know, we just unleash, and yes, will I bring out the monster? I will bring out that fucking monster.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. We just had the open workouts go down right now in Australia between Tszyu and Errol Spence Jr. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard what Tszyu said, right? When Errol Spence Jr. got in the ring, started doing his shadow boxing, my goodness, looked absolutely fantastic. We're about to get into that right now. But as the man did that, Tszyu was talking about he's going to come in here and smack Errol Spence Jr. He's going to come in, bring it to him, and unleash pain. Ladies and gentlemen, Tszyu didn't look to me as confident when he stepped into the ring and did the interview that they showed during the live broadcast. I got bad feelings about him as I was looking at Tszyu answer these questions. I said, I don't know, man, he's looking a little nervous. But then I see these interviews after, ladies and gentlemen, Tszyu, it don't look like he has the most excitement going into this fight at all when it comes to, the fact that this is in Australia. It's just something about Tszyu, he just doesn't show it. He may be excited, but he's not really showing it. But he does talk like he's going to bring destruction to Errol Spence Jr. He does act like he's going to come over here and test Errol Spence Jr.'s heart, unleash punches on him, and see if the man still wants to do this. But what I seen from Errol Spence Jr., bro, 3 years out of the ring. And what did we talk about yesterday with Ronnie Shields, explaining that when Errol Spence Jr. got put into the palms of Ronnie Shields, Errol Spence Jr. was already in shape. He was already good on weight. He wasn't inactive when it came to the sport of boxing. Ronnie Shields says, compared to somebody who was retired for 3 years or somebody who gained 20 to 30 pounds after not fighting even for a year. He said, the great thing about this camp and this fight being at 160 pounds is that we didn't have to focus as much time into the weight. What we got to focus in was game plan and preparation. And I look at Errol Spence Jr. shadow boxing during the ring. Now I know, bro, hey, shadow boxing is way different than the actual fight. When you got somebody swinging back at you, you're taking punches to the forehead. You're getting your head ringed. But I didn't see no slowness, no lethargicness. I didn't see no rust from Errol Spence Jr. as the man was right there doing his thing, moving his head, lateral movement, great footwork, great jab. My goodness, it looks like at 160 pounds, hey, the power, and that's not even Errol Spence Jr. swinging his hardest, but the power and technique at where he's throwing those left hooks, left hook to the body, jab, bro, it's looking fantastic, dude. It's absolutely looking fantastic. Errol Spence Jr. showed me today that this man is ready. Now, I know shadow boxing is just a thing. But I see this picture, ladies and gentlemen. I see this video where Errol Spence Jr. and his family, look at him. Y'all see that smile on his face? Errol Spence Jr., a family man, right? A dude who's been spending a lot of time with his girl, his kids, going on vacations. He talks about how training camp has been grueling. Well, guess what? His family's with him now. So I guarantee you Errol Spence Jr. is ready and locked in. Tszyu says he's going to bring Mexican style. He says he's going to come. He's like a David Benavidez style, Marco Antonio Barrera style, Julio Cesar Chavez style. He's going to come over here and try to bring it to Errol Spence Jr., which tells me with Errol Spence Jr.'s type of style. I know a lot of people are saying that under Ronnie Shields is going to have something different to show us. But the second that Errol Spence Jr. gets hit, in my opinion, somewhat game plan out the window. Errol Spence Jr. is going to make this a war like he always does. Combination punches, coming forward, bringing it to you. Body, head, low, top, everything, ladies and gentlemen. And with Tszyu, a guy who you guys know is going to bring it to Errol Spence Jr., he's going to try to test the heart of Errol Spence. Tszyu, a guy who's cut easily. I'm telling y'all right now, this might be just as exciting as Xander Zayas versus Jerome Boots Ennis. Fireworks fight between both men. I have Errol Spence Jr. winning the open workouts today. I thought he looked shockingly fantastic. Gives me a lot more confidence. But some of Tszyu's comments definitely got me feeling like, damn, bro, this is about to be a war. If Errol Spence Jr. isn't there in the heart, and this does become a absolute war, he better be ready, man. The thing is, I've seen Tszyu quit before. I've never seen Errol Spence Jr. quit in his career. So, even with injuries going into fights. So, I know he's going to bring the heart, but it's been 3 years out of the ring. Y'all got to imply that into this. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I still got Errol Spence Jr. winning. And you can argue that that is a, that take, you just can't say that because you don't know what to expect from Errol Spence Jr. But guess what? I'm going with my gut here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going with the previous stuff that I see from Errol Spence Jr. And I'm going with the trust and the belief that this man is going to get it done. I'm excited, bro, as you can tell. Let me know what you guys thought about that open workout. Absolutely breaking news. I'm out.